Okay, more random fun with my $20 Walmart on 4K streaming box. I'm going to do more emulation, more Space Invaders fun, or weirdness, actually. Still more Space Invaders to play with. Um, Today I'm going to do Space Invaders for the Sega SG-1000. I have seen these games in person. I don't know. So there's a lot of geek stuff that I've done over the years in Portland and Seattle. Uh, Lots and lots of really cool retro gaming stuff has been going on for a long time in this area. Um, but I can't remember if it was an actual. Sega's popular with retro people. I don't remember if I've actually seen an SG-1000 or like a Japanese import master system. There's like 4 or 5 different iterations starting with the SG-1000, which kind of segued into what became the master system. And some of these systems, or the early master systems, I think they're Japanese or import only, are completely backward compatible. I'm fairly certain that I was playing at some booth with a backward compatible thing, I'm guessing. But regardless, I have seen the SG-1000 software in the wild, but probably on like a Japanese import master system, I think. The early stuff was Japanese, or I don't know if it was Japanese only, but I don't believe it was ever legally imported here, I don't think. Hard to know for sure. This was a long time ago. And again, I just pulled stuff into my download folder for now. 7-zip seems to work, so that's neato. And you can see a lot of these games look exactly the same. Like, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe they were just hacking someone else's software. This platform uses the same basic hardware as the ColecoVision, and there's a lot of overlap with the MSX computer systems, all using the same CPU and chips from Texas Instruments, at least early on. You can Google all this if you're really that interested. It makes sense though, because all these companies competing for a price point use what's available. Yay! Alright, so there you go. If you are interested in old, and there's other more interesting games for sure. I am just still stuck on the Space Invaders kick. It's what got me interested in really kind of rebooting my retro gaming interest, which coincided with the PlayStation Classic being modded. I mean, I've had all kinds of stuff over the years, and I've even got different Pi systems, but it was really cool because I got a PlayStation Classic really cheap, and then there was Retro Boot, which is RetroArch ported for the PlayStation Classic. For some weird reason, the combination of that and I don't know why I started thinking about Space Invaders. Kind of got me interested in this. Well, and then working from home because of all of the great stuff that's been happening over the past couple years. So I still feel kind of not obligated, but I just want to finish my initial quest to play all these different Space Invaders. And of course, with stuff being so old, it's kind of neat that it's sparking some neural pathways or connections and making me remember a lot of stuff. Stuff from the 70s and 80s is so old that I've probably forgotten either playing some of these platforms, or even 10 or 15 years ago when I've gone to various gaming expos in Portland and Seattle, that I've maybe revisited some of these. It's hard when stuff gets this old. Anyway, so if you do want to revisit some older Sega software, super, super easy. Oh, and by the way, this is the Gear System core. I think there may be more than one core, possibly Blue MSX, maybe some of the other Master System cores. I'm unsure. I do know that Gear System seems to work, and it didn't require any BIOS files or any setup. This is another one of those cores that just works. So if you want to play some old weird stuff, Japanese imports, I shouldn't say weird. A lot of the Japanese stuff is really cool. And it looks like a lot of the titles were originally intended to be launched in English-speaking countries. It just probably, the Famicom probably killed that expansion, I guess. But just my plug. Super easy to find this stuff. It's really, I don't think anybody cares about this stuff being available on archive sites. No copyrighted BIOS is required, and it just works. Have fun.